All right, guys, episode 7 of The Witcher. We have, I'm going to, bear with me, Volithmir? Yeah, I think that we'll go with that. That's the title of it.
Yep,
Sure is.
going with whatever you said.
This is Yennefer and Ciri traveling together after they teleported out of the temple.
And Ciri did another one of her magic tricks where she teleported at a river. She transported herself, she transported Yen, she transported the horses, she transported everything.
That's what got me, because they were like worried they'd have to leave the horses. And all of a sudden she screeched and it happened. The horses were over there. That was the first thing I looked for. They were in the back just nibbling. Nothing affected them. They were perfectly fine. The thing I've been waiting all season for. Geralt and Jaskier back at it.
Finally. When it came on screen, I was like, okay, first of all, it took way too long.
Yes.
I want Geralt and Jaskier together.
Yep.
Okay? 7 episodes into the season, it's too long.
Right, because we got one left.
But finally.
And they did it.
Finally. It was amazing. It was funny. Jaskier was talking to the rats.
Had his buddy Mice on the buckets listening to him sing. The guard was pissed at him. And that was the moment that they reunited, and it was just a little late, and we wanted it, but they handled it well.
It still happened, and
Geralt had that glimmer in his eye, like, like when he sees Yen and he sees Jaskier,
Yep.
the same reaction happens. So, if anything, he loves them both.
He does.
And remember, I think we talked about it, seeing them all three to bumping together would be all right. But, whatever. Fringilla is losing control of herself.
Yeah.
Because Cahir is back, and he's the commander of the army, as Ryan likes to tell me, because he went from some sniveling little prisoner that had his brain fingered to some slicking hair back car salesman kind of thing.
He's still the commander of the army. Place. But to your point, he went through like a little bit of a character arc where you thought he might have been a little bit different. And maybe he is.
He was with,
I don't know.
The elves helped him get out. And you can see the disgust he has for the elves that are in his city. Obviously the king is not there, the White Flame, but he is acting as that. He is the commander, and he has that older commander under him that's flapping his gums.
Oh, you talk about a terrible leader.
Yeah, that one.
I couldn't work under him.
That he didn't respect Fringilla. He didn't respect anything. He didn't want the elves. I think, to me, can offer so much.
Yeah.
And no one's taking them for what they are. They're like fighters.
And somebody
they fought.
Killed their baby. When that happened on screen, I literally was like, "Oh shit!"
Like, this was the baby that the
Who
entire.
Do you think did it?
For some reason, I want to just say simply, I'll grab from the top of the pile and say it was not necessarily Cahir, but it was the older guy. It was someone from that city.
That's what I thought too.
Just because it needed to be done.
The elves thought were getting a little maybe. Because she snapped. That scene at the dinner table where she killed all the other commanders at the table, she like paralyzed them to where they could hear, they could see, their eyes were moving, they could feel, and she murdered every one of them.
Which at that point, with a simple thing, whatever, like a mixture that they drank, it paralyzed them. And obviously, I'm sure there's things out there like that, but great. And it
was a great scene for Fringilla. She was pushed into a corner.
A little bit. Yep.
She even went to her uncle for help, and her uncle was like, "Thank you for coming to me, realizing you were too weak to handle this on your own." And I knew as soon as he said that to her, she was going to take that the other way.
Yeah.
Was it just me, or did you not really care about the storyline between the Brotherhood and more specifically Tissia? Her love interests and anything she had going on, I felt like it was so far in the back burner. Because Ciri was so much the prominent storyline.
Yeah, Ciri pushed everybody aside.
Yeah, but I didn't like anything going on with Tissia.
They could have did without
I didn't care about her storyline.
Cram too much. I think this is another fault of some shows. You have so many storylines to follow, and you want to do them all, but at one point you can't for the sake of that. Right. And honestly, you guys know, and as you know, I write notes for every episode and everything that I watch, and didn't make it. Not even one dot. I'm staring at a list of them.
Well, what did make the dot and what really upset me about the direction of the show was at the end of the episode, towards the end, when Ciri and Yennefer were staring at Cintra, and Ciri figured out that Yennefer was using her, basically.
Ciri should realize everybody wants to.
That is like a character assassination of Yennefer.
Yeah,
Yennefer
I fell off with
would
Yennefer.
Never do that.
Well,
no matter how bad she had it, no matter what she needed to do, Yennefer, if they're being true to her character, would have never done that to Ciri. She wouldn't have jeopardized her in that way. I just didn't buy it.
She's powerless.
This is like when you know the story and you know the characters a little bit, and when you see such a hard left turn, she wouldn't have done it. And I know at the end she didn't. Like she went back on it. She was like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, because
but getting it to the point
to
where she was even considering it to that far into the story, I didn't buy it, and I did not like it one bit.
The witch didn't need her anymore. With the elven baby dying, she got all the pain that she needed, and she was gone, and the house grew legs and walked away.
And Ciri is now infected with the soul of that witch. And the Witchers, for hundreds of years ago, sealed her away there because she is
because I found that pretty cool that Geralt knew what it was. Like, obviously, the Witchers know a lot because they deal with sorceries and stuff like that.
No, Geralt knows a lot. Every other Witcher is just in the background. They're like, who wants to be a Witcher? You. Yeah, you. Put a medallion on. What are we doing? What are we doing? Absolutely fucking
just
nothing.
Walk down on the street. We need someone to just stand there and be a Witcher.
Yeah, Geralt, come on. We need some Witcher stuff. Ooh, you asked me to be a Witcher. Shut the fuck up. Sit down. You're not doing anything here. Okay? Geralt's the only Witcher that does anything.
I thought Geralt was going to slice Yennefer's head off. Beautiful. That would be great.
That was such a good scene. Where it was like, I do love you, but you are fucking with my baby girl.
Right. Well, I don't want to keep beating this dead roach again. But I am so tired of Geralt. How Father of the Year does that exist?
You don't like the whole excuse of Child of Destiny as an excuse.
He dumped everything in his life. He would sacrifice everything, including himself, for this random, because they've only known each other for
very important person.
A little bit, yeah. But everybody wants her. Geralt doesn't. He just wants to love her and care for her and watch her grow to be a beautiful, strong woman. Everybody else wants to milk her dry and take her power and use it for the rest of the world.
Would you want to keep her safe then?
It's not my responsibility.
Hey, you're being honest.
I have a lot of other things to do. I'm a Witcher. I'm supposed to be killing monsters and protecting the world from that.
So we get one episode left.
One left.
We get one more episode.
We met the dwarves this episode. I like that a lot.
Yeah, shout out to the dwarves.
We brought them back from the dragon hunting of season 1. So
there's a lot they have to wrap up in episode 8.
They do. And honestly, since episode 5 we referenced in that video, things are picking up. But, as we said in this, we're running into the same problem. Too much in an hour. Mm-hmm. My God.
And
you could have did without Tissia.
And I could have did without the... I'm really not liking Yennefer's entire story this season. I'm just going to say it.
They ruined her.
I don't like the story Yennefer this season.
Maybe if she gets her powers back.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe.
We'll see.
She might be better.
We got one episode left. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe if you like what we're doing around here, and we will see you in the next video.